Hello subscribers, here's the 4th Mattel Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom toy review. This time it's one of my most anticipated ones, which is the Roarivores Baryonyx figure. Now this is basically, the Roarivores assortment is basically like a more higher quality version of Hasbro's Jurassic World Growlers. See how awesome this looks? Packaging's a little different from the attack pack. See, there's no it's open packaging. And see, the packaging shows the action feature right there. Then Mount Sibo erupting in the background, Baryonyx, Owen in blue, and then the Jurassic World logo up there. And of course, most of these packagings are like a cage. And then you got the instructions right there, and then the button to test the action feature. Then on the back, you got the other other Roarivores of Wave 1, Allosaurus, Metrocanthosaurus, and Triceratops. And you got Get Jurassic World Fact Set, then the Jurassic World logo, and then the picture of the figure right here. I cannot wait to get this guy out of the packaging, so let's do so right now. Now, here's the Baryonyx out of the packaging, and I have to say, this figure just looks fantastic. By looking at it right now, in my opinion, it already gets a 10 out of 10. And also, it is definitely in my top 5 favorites of Mattel's Jurassic World toy line. This is either my second, third, or fourth favorite. So let's take a look at the figure by looking at the detailing first. All the Roarivores in the assortment all have a good amount of detailing. Of course, these are toys, so the detailing, I'm not expecting Papo detailing. This is a toy for children. See, there is a good amount of detailing going all the way across the body, even though the detailing gets less visible when going on the tail, but it's mostly visible around in the body and then the head sculpt. See, the head sculpt, he's got the nice eye detailing right there. And the skull openings, even though they wouldn't be present in real life. Inside the mouth, you got a good amount of detailing on the tongue right there. The other side, you got the same amount of detailing as well. So you got the ribs right there. And then all the musculature in the legs. And the feet, they have no scales. But that's a minor nitpick. And oh well, I'll get to that later. See, the top, it's like these osteoderms on his back. So this Baryonyx probably has alligator or crocodile DNA in it. So detailing, it's really good actually, because all Roarivores have good detailing, like I said. So let's get into the paint job quickly. The paint job is really good. It's very accurate to the Baryonyx we've seen in the trailer so far, because it has a gray. Its base color is gray and then blue going all around it, with I believe some light blue being on the top. So this is a very movie accurate paint job. And one thing though, the jaw muscles right here, it isn't painted. I wish it was painted pink so it have a more cool appearance. But a thing I noticed with all carnivorous Roarivore dinosaurs is that the claws on their toes are painted, but not on their hands. Also, well, this is based off the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Baryonyx, which didn't have big arms. So, this Baryonyx having small arms, I'm not gonna, let that bother me. If this was, a Baryonyx made by, Safari Limited, Papo, Collectate, or Schleich, then I'll be complaining about that. But since this is based off the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Baryonyx, I could let, this issue slide. So that's basically it for paint job. The colors are just, stone gray, then a light blue, then, darker blue. So let's talk articulation now. There's 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on 5 if you want to count this spring-loaded jaw. And also the arms and legs are ball jointed, see? Just like on some of their human figures. At least the dinosaurs have, some ball joints now. Oh yeah, also there's the sound box. I kind of don't like this sound box though. I don't like all these holes all over it. I wish it was just, a few simple lines instead. Oh yeah, also there's the code right there. The camera wants to focus. There's the code. Also, you can even put it in, different poses. Him standing like this. Or like this. Well, in this pose, he kind of looks like he wants to use the bathroom. And he does balance really well. Unlike some of the other carnivorous Roarivore dinosaurs, they all have balancing issues, but this one seems to be balanced perfectly fine because of the position of the legs and how the feet are sculpted. They're not oversized either. They're perfectly proportioned to the body, so it won't look too goofy. So let's start with the comparisons right now. Oh, before we get to the comparisons, let's talk about the features, the electronics. So I think there's multiple roars, but they're not in order though. So let's take a look at the first one. Yeah, that one sounded pretty unique. Let's take a look at the next one. And for that, I kind of don't know why they decided to use a T-Rex roar. I wish they were to use, like, a generic roar, or even the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus roar, because, they are relatives. So that's the third sound effect. That's the fourth one, and that's another T-Rex sound effect. And yeah, I think that's it for the sound effects. Yeah, they're all pretty cool. They're nice T-Rex roars, but I would have preferred like the Spinosaurus roar for the Baryonyx. So let's do some comparisons right now. First, let's compare it to Tac Pack Blue, and it says all these dinosaurs are supposed to be in scale with each other. So I'm guessing this is a perfect scale. The Baryonyx in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom didn't look too big. Next up, let's bring in Attack Pack Dilophosaurus. They look pretty well together, even though their paint jobs are completely different. This one has like a more complete paint job, while this one has a pretty incomplete paint job. Next up, let's bring out the Action Attack Carnotaurus, and these two are definitely in my top 5 favorites of Mattel's Jurassic World line. And the Carnotaurus did look pretty big compared to the humans in the trailer, while the Baryonyx did look relatively small, so I guess this is in scale. And last but not least, let's bring out the superposable Indoraptor. And I'm not sure if this Indoraptor is in scale with the other figures, because I kind of believe that Indoraptor was supposed to be a little smaller, maybe just slightly larger than the Baryonyx, definitely not this big. And now here's the comparison people would do. Let me try to find it right now. Sorry guys, I got interrupted in between, but let's bring out 2 figures that people will compare this to. First up, we have the Jurassic Park 3 Aqua Spinosaurus from Hasbro back in 2001. And this is a pretty cool Spinosaurus toy, but it doesn't compare to the new Legacy Collection Spinosaurus that Mattel is bringing out in the summer, because that figure just looks fantastic. This is still a pretty decent figure, but this Baryonyx just looks better though, because the proper proportions and a more neutral pose, and balances more than this, because this thing does tend to topple over a lot. So next up, we have Hasbro's 2015 Jurassic World Bastardbiter Spinosaurus. And see, just absolutely no comparison at all. This is a pretty bad figure right here. Because, the posture, the fact that, it barely stands. And, just the lack of detailing on here. And then, the head sculpt. And then, of course, the screw holes. And the permanent damage, too. So, I'm glad that Mattel didn't give any permanent damage to any of their dinosaur figures. Minus the battle damage mini dinosaurs. Yeah, I think this thing is really worth the $15. All Roarivores are actually worth the $15. Because they're great sculpts, decent detailing, and awesome sound effects. And good paint jobs as well. So for some reason, these Roarivores are really hard to find for some reason. I barely see them at Target, and there's only 2 times where I saw a bunch of Roarivores stocked at Walmart. So from what I'm seeing, it seems like Walmart is having the most, while Target doesn't seem to be stocking as much. Usually, if they were to stock the Roarivores, they will only stock 1 of each. Baryonyx, Allosaurus, Triceratops, and Metriacanthosaurus. Hey, that's it for this review. Of course, this figure gets a solid 10 out of 10, in my opinion. This is, if you haven't got any of the Roarivores, definitely pick this one up first. This was the first one I picked up, and I do not regret that decision. This is an absolutely fantastic figure. Right now, until that new Ceratosaurus comes out, this is my favorite Roarivore. So, if you like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next review.